When in name? When in name? What in name, for sake? For sake? For sake? Where in name is our backbone?
Our blasphemous president offers one explanation for the proliferation of mass shootings in elementary schools. I'd like to offer 8 other reasons that we are seeing more and more kids shot up by really evil people. I'm not saying that each one of these always contributes to every mass shooting, but collectively we can take a look at what has changed in culture that is leading to an increase in these violent acts that cause a nation to mourn for the loss of little children and cause every single parent to go, is my kid going to get killed at school tomorrow? What's changed in this culture? You've no doubt heard the talking heads ask that question. When I was a kid, this never happened. Well, it does now. Why? I have 8 reasons that I would suggest to you we need to talk about a lot if we're going to get to the bottom of the mass shooting problem, which shows no sign of abating. Number one, and this is the number one reason, as Christianity has declined, violent behavior goes up. That is a fact. Any sociologist worth his or her salt would recognize that. When you see a societal change, you need to ask, how has the predominant cult changed? What is affecting people spiritually, religiously? And as Christianity has gone down, violent criminal behavior goes up. It is undeniable. We are seeing the fruit of a post-Christian world. If we'd like mass shootings to stop, we need to be sharing the gospel, because real Christians don't shoot up a classroom filled with little children. Number 2, families, specifically fathers. They used to be our gun laws. The culture, our society that we lived in, our little community and pop would make sure that our kids understood how to use guns, and they also taught them about a little something the Bible speaks about in Genesis, the Imago Dei, that people are precious. We don't play with guns. You don't point guns at people. People are precious. You don't want to make a tragic mistake. Dads, far less involved than they used to be. Our society's not integrated enough to know what's going on with neighbor kids. That's been a change. Number 3, we're in a culture of violence. Video games, which actually celebrate and reward you. The more people you kill, the more points you get. What about the violent murders? A theater gasps when they see a pet in the scope of a rifle, but people get shot up indiscriminately and we yawn. What about gangsta music? All contributing to a culture of death, but our next contributor would be abortion. When we're willing to kill the most vulnerable among us, it is not a giant step to be willing to kill others. Abortion has contributed to a culture of death. We see a lot of lonely, abandoned kids, which ties to my 6th reason we're seeing such a change. We're a fame-seeking culture. You're not cool if you aren't popular. Get attention. How do you do that? You go against the grain. You do something shocking. And we should take a look at why our kids are thinking this is a good idea. Social media encourages, will even instruct you how to make a bomb. It will allow you little safe places where you can talk about your feelings and even find encouragement for violent behavior. Not to mention, it also contributes to the loneliness that so many people feel. And finally, and this is one where we need to spend a lot of time asking some serious questions. What's changed in our culture since, let's call it 1980? Psychotropic medication. That's right. Antidepressants, SSRIs, prescriptions from psychologists and psychiatrists who tell us without any scientific basis that it is a chemical imbalance in your brain and this chemical will cure you. That is a lie. It doesn't. If you'd like to hear an hour-long presentation on this, just visit our website, click the little button, wherever it happens to be, that will take you to the hour that we spent talking about the history of psychotropics, how they have worked with psychiatrists, medical professionals, and big pharma to peddle an awful lot of pills that undeniably Some would say it's the side effect. Others would argue, no, it's actually what they're made to do. They have caused an increase in suicidal and murderous ideations. If you'd like to watch that entire presentation, click that button. But let us, as a culture, start answering the questions that everybody is asking. What has changed in our world? My sister-in-law, not very bright, named all of her kids Bible names, so there I am, playing with my nephew, The Message. I'm kidding, that's not really a Bible. And that is why Samson was the best comedian in the Bible. He brought the house down. He brews his own coffee. he brews